Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to Small Space Gardening Collaboration. Nice to see you. This is the May edition, and don't forget the hashtag, which is small gardens 2023. As I said, it's the May edition, and what is involved in that is what's coming in and what's going out, which we'll get to in a minute. Okay. Basically, this collaboration is about over the months in a growing season. The last day of every month for the rest of the year, we'll be dropping our videos that are themed to help you see what is possible and how we plan and deal with different situations within our own climates, microclimates, and specifically what happens in our own garden spaces. Okay. This collaboration is hosted by Bloo over at Bloo Self-Reliance and Steve over at Digwell Greenfingers, and I always love those two, and I appreciate them inviting us to it. One of the things with ours specifically is we're in a big transition. We're learning the gardening aspect of things. Yeah, we know how to do houseplants and things like that, but when it comes to growing your own food, part of self-sustainability, homesteading, things like that, it's kind of different, and our microclimate and climate are so different than others. As I have stated previously, we are in Northeast Washington. We fall into the 6B growing zone, which for us in the US, that's the way that goes. And our last frost date isn't until next week sometime. So that's caused some issues as we've gone along. But those channels that are involved, we have Digwell Greenfingers, Bloo Self-Reliance, My Family Garden, Wicked Awesome Gardening, My Garden and Dinosaurs, Ashley's Allotment Adventure, Not For Nothing Homestead, Sow, Grow, and Cook. And then there's our channel, Kettle Kitchen, and there's one other, I believe. Kitchen Garden Therapy. So please do go over and check their videos out. Remember, all the collaborators in this collaboration have videos dropping roughly around the last day of the month, some a little earlier, some a little later. But go over and like, share, comment, and it helps all of us with our channels. If you do happen to go over and you find content you enjoy or find useful to you, consider subscribing. We all would love to see new friends and enjoy the knowledge we can share with each other. All right, so as I said, this is about what's coming in and what's going out. So are you ready? Again, remember, my last frost date isn't until first week of June. Okay. That being said, it's now time to get the beds ready. Okay. Because a lot of what I'm going to do is direct sow gardening, and I will have some that are starter plants, but majority of my garden will be direct sow. The other problem we run into, and I don't remember if I've stated this or not, is when we do our thought process on what we're going to be able to grow, we also have to look at, not only do we have a late end frost date, we also have a shorter than most people begin frost date. So I usually have, if I go the first week of June, that's June, July, August, some of September, because usually by the third week of September, if not the second week, we're already back into frost dates. So none of my stuff can be definitely over 100 days. I might be able to squeeze a few things out as far as full growth processing. But again, there's other things we can grow that we can get repetitive growth out, radishes, things like that, flowers, herbs, things like that. Anyways, so we have to always plot that out. And we got people mowing the city park across the street, so I apologize for the sound, but I want to show you what is coming out. So let me turn you around. that is what's coming out. See, I've already done it to the others, but I have to get all of this out of here so that I'm able to get amended soil of some sort in here. Now, I was going to take this and actually let it decompose back into this dirt. The only reason I can't do that, or I don't want to do that, is, let me bring you closer, I have flowering weeds. So I do not want to do that. And possibly scatter more weeds all the way around and kill off things. So the other thing I will show you that's coming in, and I'll get to that in just a second. All right, so what's coming in is this amended soil. And this has been worked in. It has some things in it that it needs in it. So this is what the flower beds will be. I'll clean them up a little bit and whatnot. But you get the gist of that. What I did want to show you is, okay, so one of the items we are testing and have been testing is, again, I apologize for the lawnmower across the street. I did starter plant one item for test. This is a Brussels sprout, and I wanted to see how it would do over the weather that we have had. It's doing great. I got to get some water in here, I see. But we're trying so many different things, and let me turn you back around. And this whole process is really an experiment for us to see what we can grow, what does grow. Do I take my chances, with putting in starter plants ahead of my frost date? Well, this year I think we're going to be fine because we have 70, 80 degrees scheduled out for the next, I think, 14 days. So even if there is one day that is questionable, I don't think the temperature is going to drop enough. I do have a neighbor who's 2 houses down. He started 3 weeks ago, and his plants are awesome looking. So again, do you take that chance? Because we're talking he's probably got 200 to 300 plants over there, and they're flourishing, all of them. But do you take the chance of putting 300 plants out and in the ground when you still have 2-3 weeks of frost date possibility? So it's a constant reminder of you got to take chances sometimes, and I think that's what he went ahead and did, and looked at it and seen what he thought it was. So point being, while it is a science and while it is a process, you don't know all the factors all the time. So in our specific situation, it's time for us to move forward. So that's what I'm going to do. And when I get to that point, I can put things in. So hopefully next time when we see you next month for June, I'll have some things coming up. I will have gotten all my starter plants in. I'm hoping to, by that point, have my herb buckets already going. And so we'll see where we're at. But that's it for now. Again, go check out all the channels. All the information will be down in the description box. And please go check out the channels, like I said, because a lot of good information from all of these channels that are involved in this collaboration. Again, thank you to Steve and Bloo for the invitation. I'm really enjoying this and getting to test myself out. So I appreciate it, and we'll see you next month, guys. Thank you. Bye.